The Cultural Liturgies project as a whole really has its origins and genesis in two things. One was trying to think through the nature and task of education, especially Christian higher education. And in that sense, my agenda and my project was to reconnect, you could say, worship and worldview, to re-embed the task of Christian education in a more holistic project of formation, which was not just inputting ideas into our intellect, but really forming our loves and desires and our longings that really sort of define who we are. So there was that educational impetus, if you will. But what happened was, as I was working on this project, I realized that the implications of this there were a lot of ripple effects. And it had implications beyond just the context of Christian universities and Christian colleges. So I would say then the other kind of impetus and genesis behind this was raising 4 teenagers. In some ways, having kids, recognizing all of the kind of cultural pressures on them, I started to realize that our ideals about discipleship, Christian formation, catechesis, all were sort of targeted on putting the right ideas and doctrines and beliefs into their heads. But that's not what the culture was trying to do. The culture was trying to get a hold of their gut, their longings, their loves, their heart. And so in a lot of ways, I think the more existential genesis of the project is recognizing this power of what I came to call secular liturgies, these cultural practices, institutions, rituals, routines that really shape what we love. When I sometimes have conversations with my teenagers that give me pause, it's not usually because they say, well, I think so-and-so. It's usually a sentence that begins, I want. And those wants have been implanted in them through cultural practices, not so much through cultural messages. So a lot of the Cultural Liturgies project is trying to meet that challenge, but also seeing it as an opportunity to revision what's at stake in Christian disciplines, in the practices of Christian worship.